Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is May. So welcome back to the DIY by May Bliss. So on today's video I'll be showing you how I made the gown you saw on the thumbnail, and I'll be drafting this with a brown paper. Yes, so I wanted to do it there to be sure because I've not made something like that before. So first of all, I'll take off my fabric, which I'll be using 4 yards to make, but I'll be using my brown paper to mark this out. So first of all, I'll be dividing the shoulder into 2, which is 8 inches, and I'll add extra 2 inches. So from there, I'll be marking out the sleeve. The sleeve is 18 inches. Yes, I'll be marking out 18 inches, which I will later reduce, but I will show you guys when I do that. So keep watching the video and you'll understand better. So I'm supposed to be getting the length, but the length of the brown paper is smaller than the length I want. So what I'll do is that I'll use the length I have on the brown paper, and when I transfer to the fabric, I'll extend it. So I'll be working with the highest point of the body measurement, which is the hip. So I'll divide the hip by 4, and whatever I get, I will mark it right there. Yes, and after that I will add extra 5 inches for ease, and I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Yes, that is all the measurements you need for this. So divide your hip by 4, whatever you get, you add extra 6 inches, 5 inches for your ease allowance because this needs to be very big, and 1 inch for your sewing allowance. So I'll use my ruler to connect the lines together till I get to the end of the brown paper. So once I'm done doing that, I will determine what I want as my round sleeve. So whatever I have as my round sleeve, I'll divide it into 2, and whatever I have there, I'll come to that part and I'll mark it, and I will add extra 1 inch for the sewing allowance. Yes, so in order to connect the body measurement to the round sleeve, what I have to do is to determine how open I would want my armhole to be. So I'll be going down by 11 inches from the shoulder. Yes, I'll be going down by 11 inches, then I'll connect the line. So the next thing to do is to connect that line. Don't make it to be straight, you connect it in a curvy way, just like you can see me doing. Connect it right down to the round sleeve, and this is what you have here. We are actually done with the pattern drafting. Yes, so the next thing to do is to cut this out, and after cutting it out, you will use this pattern to cut on the main fabric. Yes, so guys, the length of this gown, I want it to be more than 60 inches. You know, when you buy fabrics like this, they always come in 60 inches, I mean the length. So, and also I have it in mind that I would want the horizontal lines that is on this fabric, the design that is on this fabric, to be flowing vertically. So this is how I would want my fabric to be placed. Yes, this is how I would be cutting it. That horizontal line, I'll be making it to be flowing vertically, if you can understand what I mean. So, and because of the length too, that is why I used 4 yards for this, 2 yards for the front and 2 yards for the back part, because I would want the length of this gown to be longer, yes, than 60 inches. So if you want this to be longer than it is right here, you will need to go more than 4 yards. It depends on what you are making for your client. So you can see if you watch very closely, you can see the design I have there. So I want that to be flowing vertically. That is why I cut this in this manner, and also the length to work out for me. So I will place my pattern paper on my fabric just like this. Guys, if you don't understand what I mean, please keep watching this video, because I know I am explaining it the more detailed way I can. So I will connect this to get to the length I want it to be, which you can see me doing right here, and I will measure to make sure that what I have on my pattern paper, it is the same as what I will have on my fabric, in order not to make mistakes. So once I'm done doing that, I use my pin to hold it down. I think I've already done that, so I'll be using my scissors to cut this just as it is on the pattern paper. Yeah, so now I'll remove the pins from the pattern paper and I will set it aside. And now it's time to work on the fabric. So what I will do, I'll be using my scissors to notch that part. Yes, so that will give me a guideline on how to open this up. Yes, so please, this is when you need to watch very very closely. So from the down part, I will separate the back. This thing does not have a shoulder joint, you know. Yeah, so I'll separate the back from the front, but why I kept it this way, in order not to make any mistake when it comes to the upper part. Yes, for the front not to be bigger than the back part. So while I'm taking off the back part, I am making sure that I'm flattening this down. Yes, make sure you don't cut on the whichever one that is okay for you, but I find this part, doing it this way, I find it more easier than opening it up. Yes, so I will cut this till I will slit this up till I get to that part that I notched at the shoulder part. Yes, so use your pin to hold this down in any way you can. Yes, so the next thing, I will keep on cutting till I get what I want. So I will take off the pins that I have on the fabric and I will gently open this up. So I'll also arrange this fabric so that everything will be in place, and after I'm done doing that, the next thing I'll be doing right now is to measure what I have on the slit. So I'll start from the left side to measure, or whichever side you want, I'll measure what I have as the length of this slit. I'll measure it round, as you can see me doing right here. So whatever measurement I have, I know I will be cutting it on another fabric, and I will also be placing it the way I placed the other one, making the lines to be flowing the way the other ones are. And the width of this is 7 inches and the length is the length you've already measured out. Yes, so I am doing this because my fabric is not that much. Yes, because of the length. So what I'm going to be doing is to join, depending on how you buy your fabric, because you might not necessarily need to join this. Yes, I've already made it twice, so I know the second one I did was not joined. So this is what I have right here. So I'll get the midpoint of this, yes, so that I can join this properly, and I will pin it to this part. So let me tell you how you will pin this down. The right side of the fabric you just cut out and the pieces you just cut out now will be facing the wrong side of the main fabric. Yes, the right side of this one you just cut out now will be facing the wrong side of this main fabric, yes, of the gown itself. So that is how you pin it down. Then after you're done pinning it down, you will join it and it will come out perfectly well. Yeah, so listen to what I said again so that you don't get confused on how to pin this down, so that you don't make any mistakes or you keep loosening it and joining it again. Yeah, so use your pin because you will need a lot of pins to hold this down because of the texture of the fabric. So I'll be taking this to my sewing machine to go and join it, and I'll be back shortly. So I am done joining it, and this is what we have here. You can see that everything is coming out perfectly well. So yes, so this is what we have here. That is why I told you to join it the way you did. Yeah, so if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask me. I will surely answer you. And the name of this fabric is actually Sunray fabric, so I will still get into that. Just watch and see what I'm gonna be doing here. So if you know how down the neckline, how open you want it to be, you now go down. I went down by 10 inches, but I initially went down by 9 inches. Then after sewing, I found out that it was too close to the neck, so I later went down by 10 inches. So what you're going to be doing here is to pin this down. So guys, this is a tip. While pinning this down, make sure that the initial joining that you have is going one way. Yes, make sure that all of them, both this side and the other one at the down part, is flowing left or right. So if you want your joining to be left, make sure you pin it down so that all of them will be going left, and if you want it to go right, make sure it's going right so that it does not affect anything you join here afterwards. Yeah, I just hope you understand. I am so detailed as much as I can be. So you know this thing has a slit from down to up. Yeah, I think from the knee downwards. So what you need to do is from this part you measure down to where you want your slit to start from. Yeah, So I've already done that, but it all depends on how you want your slit to be. So now I'll take this to the machine and join. So we are back, and this is what I have right here. Yeah, you can see it, and the other one is also going the same way. You can see the joining, you understand what I mean? Yeah, so I just want you to make sure that you are running your stitches on that particular line that you ran the initial one. So I already went ahead to also sew the band that is on the waist. Yes, so the length of this band is 54 inches. I marked it down, and the width is 1.5. So while cutting, make the width 2 inches. That's total of 4 inches. Then after joining, you have 1.5. So right now I'll be cutting out 4 inches from the sleeves. Yes, I'll be doing it on both sides. After joining, I found out that the length of this is too long. Yes, so I'll be cutting out 4 inches. So I'll use this as a template to cut out the other part. So after doing that, you can find out that the sleeve is a bit shortened, and this is okay. Yeah. So now it's time to work on the design that is on the sleeve. Yes, I'll fold my sleeves just like this. Yes, then this is the right side, and I'll use my tape and measure from the midpoint, yes, of the gown to 11 inches. Yes, just like you can see me doing. Then from the 11 inches, you place your tape and you measure down to 4 inches. Then the next thing to do is to mark out your sewing allowance, so that whatever you're doing here does not affect your sewing allowance. So remember that I'm marking this on the outer part of this fabric. Yes, on the right side of this fabric. So the next thing to do is to, from that place you placed your 4 inches, you measure in a slanted manner. You measure in by, you go in by 8 inches, just as you can see it right here. Then you make a mark. Then once you're done doing that, yeah, so, and you mark it this way. So from this point to the other point, what we have here is 5 inches. So simply measure 5 inches from the round sleeve upwards. Then you place your tape at the 5 inches. Then you measure to it that 4 inches you came down with from the 11 inches. Then from the 5 inches, you mark up to 4 inches. You go up by 4 inches and connect the line like that. Then from that place, you measure to the 11 inches you came down with. Then you connect the lines just like this. Yes. And you also do what you have there is 10 inches. Yes. So you also connect the lines from the other line to the other part, and you have 8 inches. That is what you're going to have there. So what you have here is 4 inches when you measure what you have in both sides, 4 inches. Yes, then you connect the lines just like that. Yeah. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me in the comment section. I will answer you. So I'll be using this as a template, as a guideline to cutting on another fabric. Yes, I just want to see how it works there. So we'll be transferring whatever we have there just like this. Yeah, so it's now easy to cut it out or to measure it here. Yes, so I would have done this here, but because of the sleeve, I needed to have a proper measurement. That's why I decided to mark it there first, and you also will understand. So depending on the measurement you're working with, so here I am adding extra 1 inch. So you can basically add as more inches as you want. Yes, depending on how full you want your pleat to be. So I pleated that part. Yes, so now I've connected the lines, and I will cut it out just as you can see me doing right here. So after cutting it, you will see how it came out. Yes, I didn't just want to cut it straight. I wanted it to be like this, and that is why I measured what I measured on the actual fabric. Yeah, so this is what we have here. Yes, so I'll be using my pin. First of all, you hold the center part on your fabric before you start stitching. Stitch the left side and stitch the right side. Don't stitch all of them together. Yeah, so this is what we have here. So at this point, I was done weaving every part that needs to be weaved, and after I was done weaving, I decided to tack every part that needs to be tacked. Yes, especially the slit side at the down part. I tacked every part of it, but I did it in an invisible way so that nobody will notice it. Yes. So guys, that is it for this tutorial, and if you find this video helpful, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notification to get notified whenever I post new videos, and do not forget to share. Bye.